Hey everyone, Michael the Tutor 16 here. Today I'm going to be doing tutorial number 10 in Microsoft Excel. And the topics for discussion in this tutorial will be that we're going to learn how to change font styles and font sizes to improve the appearance of your Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. Some of the advantages of doing these things will be that it will allow you to increase or decrease the text within your spreadsheet, giving it a clean look. This will allow you to better space your text and data, especially if you are using grid lines. And it'll also save on paper and ink because you won't have to repeatedly print your spreadsheet until you arrange all of your data and be able to view it within the preview mode within Excel. So let's go into Excel and I'm going to show you how to change font styles and font sizes. As you can see, I've gone into Excel and I've entered in a monthly budget. And I'm going to use this monthly budget to show you how to change your font styles and sizes. Before we do this, I want to take you into the preview mode so that you can see what it's going to look like before you send it to your printer. To do this, you move your mouse over to your File tab of your ribbon toolbar and click on Print one time. When you do this, it'll bring up a preview of what your Excel spreadsheet is going to look like before you print it. And this is exactly the way it will appear on your paper. After each change, we're going to keep going into preview mode because we want to make sure that our changes are correct and what we want. One of the things that you need to be cautious about when making changes to fonts and to font sizes is don't use anything so elaborate that it's difficult for you to read. If it's difficult for you to read, it'll be difficult for anybody using your spreadsheet, whether it's on the screen or if it's on paper. So let's go back into our file and I'll show you how to make these changes. I want to take the monthly budget and change the font style and size. Right now we're using Calibri font with a text size of 26. So to make a change to this, I'm going to click on the drop down arrow where it says fonts and you'll see a list of fonts, and all of these fonts are available within any of the Microsoft Office package suite. So it doesn't matter if you're using Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or Access. All of these fonts will be available to you. And as you hover over each font, you can see that it makes the change, or it gives you a preview on your screen before you choose it. So if I wanted to choose Times New Roman, since all of these fonts are in alphabetical order from A to Z, I'm going to scan down until I get to the T's. Once I get to the T's, I'm going to go over and choose Times New Roman and click on it one time. And now you can see that my font changed from Calibri to Times New Roman. Now I can change the font size by clicking on the drop down next to font size, and again as you hover over it you'll see that it's making the change or giving you the preview on your screen. So I'm going to choose 20 for right now. Now if I want this to be bigger, instead of going into the drop down, you've got two letter A's located to the right of your font size. You have one letter A with an up arrow and one letter A with a down arrow. So if I want to increase the font size by 1 each time I click, I'm going to click on the A with the up arrow and watch what happens to my title. As you can see, every time I click on it, it's increasing the size. So if I want to make it a little bit larger, say right there, now I know that my font size is 36. So that's how you make a change. Now let's go back into the preview mode and see it. So you go to your File and go to Print, and as you can see, the title is a little bit larger. Now let's change the months and put them in a different font. So to do this, I'm going to go back to my file and I'm going to highlight all of my months. And once I have my data range set, I can go back and choose a different font. Now let's say I want to use Comic Sans MS. To do this, I'm going to click on the drop down, scan down until I get to the C's. When I get to the C's, I'm going to locate my Comic Sans MS. And as you can see, it gave you a preview on your screen. So when you click on it, now all of your months have been changed. If you ever forget what font that you used, say on your title where it says monthly budget, I can go back and click on it and it'll tell me Times New Roman size 36. Again, the same thing with my months. Click on one of them and you can see that it's Comic Sans MS size 26. So now let's go in and change the dates. To do this, I'm going to highlight all of my date ranges, go back to my font size or font styles, and choose one that'll be a little bit more interesting to view. Let's go with this one right here, which I think is called A.O. Berkeley. So when I choose it, you can see that it made all the changes throughout all of my range that I had previously set. Now let's go back to your print preview and see what it's going to look like. So again, I go to File and Print, and now you can see that all of my changes have been made and everything should look fine. Again, what I was talking about earlier is don't make your font so elaborate that it's difficult for other people to view. Let me give you a quick example of that. If I change my months to a calligraphy style font, I can go down here and I'm going to use this one right here, Bradley Hand ITC. And again, this may look nice on your screen, but when you print it out, it may be a little bit more difficult to view. So go with something that's easy for you to see. And if it's easy for you to see, it'll be easy for your users, both on the screen and on their printouts. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any questions or comments, please send them to me and I'll be more than happy to answer them. I hope you have a great day and thank you for watching.